pretty much at the top of our company and just an incredible leader. And we're so fortunate to have her in Kansas City today. She is a badass, luminous, amazing woman. And she can rock leather pants. So let's give her a hand and our full attention. Here.
I told her to say all those things. I gave her the word. Thanks for pulling that off and making it look like it was your own. Hey guys, I don't know where I should stand. Maybe I'm going to have to stand over here. It's Saturday morning. Thanks for being here. I'm on Seattle time, so it's a little early for me. I got in last night, and I'm excited I get to stay with my friend Laurie. I get to see all of you guys. For those, how many of you guys I've never met? You guys have never come to one of my. Sweet, that means all my jokes are new to you. And hopefully this will be your favorite event ever. No, actually, I'm serious. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the business side of things, the product side of things. I'm actually get to talk to you about the product, how it works, why it works. And then Laurie's going to talk to you about the business. And then we're going to do another meeting after this for all of the brand partners, a little bit of the training, kind of how to do the how-tos. So that's what the day's going to look like. So I'm not sure if you're here for just an hour or you're going to be through the whole thing, but I'm glad you're here right now. Really quickly, my story. I've been with Nerium for 3.5 years now, but I've been in the industry for about 15 years. I was with another company for a long time. It was skincare, it was great. I was kind of a real job snob that kind of got, suckered into this kind of an industry. I didn't think you guys that way. Think that this is kind of for people who can't get a real job. Yeah, that was me, right? And I didn't want to be a Tupperware lady. I was like, I was valedictorian in high school. I'm not going to be a Tupperware lady. And what happened was my sister-in-law had joined a company in direct marketing skincare, and I remember her calling me one day. I was sitting at work. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was looking past my desk, past the door, past the hallway, past the other office, out the window. And I could see that it was sunny outside. And she was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working on this and this and this. What are you doing? And she's like, well, actually, I'm just heading into Starbucks to meet Lisa, and then we're going to go to the gym, and then we're going to go shopping and stuff. Maybe you could meet up with us when you get off work. And I had that moment, I was like, who has the real job? I want her job. So I decided to look into what she was doing and turned it into a full-time 6-figure income within a pretty short time selling skincare. But unfortunately, after 10 years, that company went out of business. We got an email on a Monday. It was July 19th. I'll never forget it. Laurie was there. All of a sudden, everything that I'd worked for 10 years, all the clients, all the customers, everything I built, my office, my 2 assistants, my little company car, everything was gone. I had no product. I had no income. I had nothing going on. And so I had that opportunity to make another choice. What do I want to do? Do I want to go back to a corporate job? Do I want to go sit in traffic, put on pantyhose and makeup, and go work for somebody else? Or do I want to stay in an industry that was treating me really well and had given me my life back? I decided to stay in the industry and find another company. I found a opportunity with skincare, same thing, similar comp plan. I decided to go for it. It was out of California. But the CEO was a little bit like Lindsay Lohan. She's a train wreck. I mean, sometime privately, I'll tell you the story of how I met her. But I didn't say that before. But I thought to myself, you know what? As long as I sell the product and do what I have to do, it really doesn't matter what's going on with the CEO, or so I thought. So I was there for about 18 months, and my girlfriend introduced me to Nerium. I got the phone call like some of you got, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just got involved with this amazing company. It's Wonder Cream. It's going to change the world. You've got to join me. Some of you get that call from your friends, right? And I probably did what some of you did. And I was like, right, Wonder Cream, sure. One product, what if somebody doesn't like that product? Then what do you get? You have nothing else to offer them. I didn't even get it. And so I ignored her for like 3 months, you guys. She sent me bottles, she sent me videos, she sent me magazines. The mail would come, I didn't even open it. The video would pop up, delete. Her phone calls like, oh, it's Jane, I'm not answering it. Like, true story. For several months. And then one day, some of you guys know the story, one day I accidentally called her back. It was a butt dial. She knows it. We talked about it. I apologize. But she didn't know at the time that it was a butt dial. So she was kind of excited to hear from me finally, right? She's like, Sarah, hey. And I was like, oh no. Like, what do I do, right? Like, so I played it off like you guys would. And I was like, hey, girl, what's up? Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I've been very busy on my to-do list today. And anyway, I said, listen, I really appreciate all the effort you're trying to give me to look into this Nerium, and I'm so grateful that it's doing well for you, but there's just no way. It's not for me. And she basically said to me, you know what? You can't say no until you know what you're saying no to. And that kind of got me right here, because she's right. She's like, I care enough about you to pursue you until you at least look at it, and then if you decide it's not for you, it's cool. So I agreed to meet with her. And we were actually going to have coffee, and I pushed it out like 3 weeks, you guys. I was like, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, wow, maybe like, 2 weeks from next Thursday, maybe I can. And I almost canceled that day. And I did, and I thought, let's just get this over with. I drove to meet her for coffee, and I walked into the place, and it was Dana, Rick Frisk, and Anna Woodward. And those of you who know in the company know that there are three, pretty powerful people in our company. They were all sitting there to like bamboozle me. And the first thing that Anna said to me was, Sarah, and I had never met her before, I didn't know anything about her. She said, Sarah, if everything was right, if the timing was right, the people were right, the product was right, the money was right, are you at all recruitable? And it changed my whole paradigm of that meeting. Because I was going there to basically say, I'm not doing this. Thanks for the cup of coffee. Stop calling me. But that really switched my paradigm, because it's like, well, of course, if everything was right, then yes, I'm recruitable. Aren't you? Right? And so I began to listen to what Nerium was all about. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it took me so many months to hear this. I want to do this. I had to walk away from my job. I had to go resign from my previous company. I had just built up my income again. I had to drop it back to zero, like, one more time. But interestingly, my mortgage doesn't adjust with my income. So I had to work fast. I gave myself 90 days to replace my income. And I just did what we're going to talk about later today. I gave magazines out, I gave bottles out, I invited people to things like this, calling people, dropping stuff out. For 8 hours a day, that's all I did. And within 4 months, I had replaced a six-figure income. So it works if you work it. And that's where you guys should probably keep it. But really, the best part about that, you guys, isn't because I did anything special. It's not because I have some great skill set. It's because I was willing to be coachable and do what they told me to do. So what that means is that every single person sitting here has the same opportunity to do that. The problem is, many people just won't do it. They get distracted by other things. Did I miss a few soccer games? Yeah. Did I miss a concert or two, or a trip, or something that I could have been doing besides going back and forth to the post office and getting online and making calls and showing up to meetings and learning and reviewing videos in my back office? Yeah. But I had to. I had to make money. I had to replace my income. I had a mortgage to pay, kids to feed. And I don't like top ramen. I prefer steak. So, all right. So let's talk about how this all works. Some of you guys are here because you've seen the Nerium buzz. You've seen this in all the magazines. We didn't have this when I started. And when many of you in this room started, we didn't have this. I was just in a meeting, and I showed this Inc. 500 thing to the people that I was talking to about just giving us a little validity. That's all I had to do. I basically said, we were number 1 in products and services, number 12 overall in the Inc. 500. Like, drop the mic. I don't know what else you want me to say. The products or the company's legit, right? That's all you really need. So these kinds of tools are really powerful. So if Taylor Swift's going to use Sperm, okay. Some people are going to be like, well, I remember one time buying some body cream because Beyonce used it. I do remember that. So maybe you guys should use that. Slide a little bit more, actually, now that I think about it. But these things just show that we are who we say we are. These things just show that we do what we say we're going to do. So as you're dropping these things off or posting these things on Facebook, they just, give validity and looks a little bit of street cred. But really, it's all about before and after pictures. Our entire marketing plan is before and after pictures. Your before and after pictures. It's so important if you're brand new or you're considering or you're out there getting customers that you take those before and after pictures. I didn't do it because I didn't know that it was really going to work. I have a lot of sun damage. Don't know why, because I grew up in Washington State. I'm not sure where I came from. But a lot of sun damage, and I tried everything. I've done a body, I've done peels, I've done lasers, and it didn't work. So when they told me that this worked for discoloration and hyperpigmentation, I was like, okay, whatever. And I didn't take my photos. And I remember specifically 5 weeks after I'd been using it, walking out of the shower. You guys walk out of the shower like this? Because I do. Right? So I'm walking out of the shower, and I kind of did that double take in the mirror. I was like, damn. Did I forget to take off my makeup? Because literally I could see in the mirror that my discoloration had softened, or it was less dramatic. And I was the girl who wouldn't walk out of the house without foundation to kind of smooth things over. It's a big deal. And I was kicking myself that I didn't take my before and after picture. So our entire marketing plan is on this. And what that means is that it works. Think about it. What kind of a crappy marketing strategy would that be if we said, send us your pictures, and then we didn't have anything good to show? Right? So we already know it's going to work. So let's look at a couple of photos. Obviously, look at the texture of his skin, the lines and wrinkles. You have just a couple weeks out of using our night cream. Do you guys think he wanted his money back? No. Because he could have got it. No. If this is you, and you look in the mirror today and you see those wrinkles in your forehead and it bothers you. You know, some people have wrinkles that are like, bought and paid for, I don't care, I don't want to get rid of them. But some people it really bothers, right? And you can put on something topically every night and get results like this. Do you think you'd want to buy it? Yes. Yeah. Do you think you'd tell a few friends about it? Yes. Of course. Same thing here. Look at the crow's feet. Looks like a crow's call. Same thing here, like the tightening under the chin. That's a big deal. That can make someone look a lot younger in just a couple of weeks of using our night cream. Of course you're going to use it. Of course you don't want your money back. Of course you're going to tell your friends about it. That's all we do. We like the product. We get excited about it. We open our mouth and tell other people about it. Hello? Somebody gave this to her in her stocking. They're like, honey, I got something for you, right? Great results in just a couple of weeks, you guys. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, let's play. What body part is that? Arm. I'm too close to it. Is it arm? Yeah, that's a pretty dramatic difference. Belly button, you know. Especially those of us who have children. You know, you get those stretch marks and you just can't get rid of those at the gym, right? You got to do something. So if you can put on something topically, get results like that, not only are you going to be wearing your bikini next summer, but you're going to tell your friends about it because they have the same issues, right? Is that a blade? Yeah. Kansas term. I thought I said every runway does to blade, according to Jeff Dillon. Yeah. There's more blade. That's where you're moving into leg. Look at the difference in the cellulite. These are new pictures. Can you tell? I'm like, oh, wow, that's not bad. Knees. When I first saw a picture of the knees, I didn't even think about using it on my knees. But I don't want that in my future, so I might as well, right? I use the Nerium Firm now as just my regular body lotion, just everywhere, every day. Just put it on. Can't hurt. Okay, so our niche in the market is that we are scientific breakthroughs. What that means is that all of our products are brought to us by biotech. They're accidental discoveries. Do you guys know what the best thing about an accidental discovery is? That it actually works. That's why it's an accidental discovery. Catch up, you guys. Have you ever had a post-it? Right? It's an accidental discovery. It works. So our product works. These for the biotech, for example, with our night cream, they were looking for a cure for skin cancer. Right? They've been doing research with these oleander plants for years. They're working on supplements, injections. This is just a dermal application. Unfortunately, it didn't have the effect on the cancer cells they were hoping for, but it did have a side effect, which is that all the signs of aging were diminishing. The fine lines and wrinkles, the tone and texture, the pore size, all of that. So can we bring that to market? Yes. You bet we can. Where are we going to do it? We could be on infomercials. We could go QVC. We could go to doctor's offices. We could go pharmaceuticals. Or we could go direct marketing. Because that's the number one way to get a product to a consumer globally. And these products were meant to go global. So if we're going to go to direct marketing, who should we go to? Oh, Jeff Olson, because he's the guy. So we're always going to be first to market, no Me Too products. We're not copying anybody, innovative. We're coming from a biotech company, which means that we are backed by real science. All the research and development has been done by the time it gets to you. We are, all of our products are guaranteed to work. And they're all for anti-aging. Anti-aging of the face, the brain, the body, and everything going forward will all be anti-aging. We are going to be the premier anti-aging company globally. You get that. Yeah. So for example, the Nate, like I said, is a patented. First of all, has anybody in Canada ever told you that the oleander plant is toxic? Oh, yeah. Okay, it is. It is. The oleander plant is found in nature is toxic. There's a couple hundred species of it, you guys. And just because the oleander plant on the side of the road is toxic doesn't mean that what's in your bottle of Nerium AD is toxic. We're not dumb. Okay? We're not going to, the government's not going to let us patent poison and give it to all of you. That's less voters. I mean, let's be honest. Okay? So, the scientists figured out a way to extract a non-toxic biomass from the oleander plant. That's one of the reasons why it's such a big deal. right? That's one of the reasons that it works. If there was nothing in it, then it probably wouldn't work, right? It has to have some level of ingredient, some level of something that's working. But they take the aloe and extract the oleander. It's a plant-to-plant extraction process. We're the only ones that do it that way. It's less chemicals. You don't break down the integrity of the antioxidant, and that's one reason why it works. But there's no toxicity. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take the person who brought you here's word for it. We have a 5-minute video that we can send you, which is our toxicity video, and it's people from MD Anderson, Poison Control, all these people in the industry saying, guys, settle down. There's no toxicity in these products. As a matter of fact, a 2-year-old child would have to consume 400 bottles of Nerium AD in order to get the toxicity levels at the heart that oleander is known for. So, how did you get 400 bottles? Who is babysitting your kid? There you go. Okay, drop the mic. All right, not good. When we say it works, we want to prove it to you. It's not just me saying it. It's not just your friends that are using it saying it. We need to prove it to you, right? So Jeff Olson went and did a couple of years of third-party studies, and he paid for it out of his own pocket. He's like, hey, I believe the science. I read all the white papers. I've seen all the due diligence. But if I'm going to stand up in front of people, I need to own this, right? I need to be able to prove it works. So he went to ST&T Research, said, check this stuff out. And basically, in a nutshell, what they did, you guys, is they took all kinds of participants, ethnicities, age, gender, skin conditions, the whole thing. They came in, tested their skin, did a facial scan when they came in for day 1, gave them the night cream, used it for 2 weeks, take another facial scan, use it for 2 more weeks, take another facial scan. And then they lay those 3 images on top of each other, and they scientifically measure the differences in the skin. And then this is what they found. An average of 93% reported significant improvement, and you guys can read the stats. That's never been done with a facial cream. That's never been done without a needle, you guys. So this is another place where my applause can go. So what do we have? We have our day and night cream. Night cream is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. That's where you're going to see the most results, right? 4 pumps every night. You guys ever go to the doctor and they say, oh, you're sick, you need to take antibiotics, take 2 pills every day for 10 days. How many of you guys are like, oh, I'm going to save a little money, I'm going to take 1 pill every other Wednesday? Okay, don't do that with your Nerium AD. It's dose dependent, just like if you want to get results like the pictures, if you want to get results like those stats I just showed you, it's 4 pumps every single day. Use it on wet skin, right? Because you need the water to drive it down into the skin. And then the night, go to bed, don't put anything else over it, don't do anything else to it. In the morning, you rinse it off, wash it off, rinse it off, whatever, and then you're going to use your day cream. If you feel like 4 pumps is too much, then keep adding it to wherever you need to put it. Oh, don't act like you don't do it. And then you also have the firm. Firm is for your body. Every day, use it twice a day if you want to get faster results, right? Just use it like you would use your daily lotion. Okay, but you just want to make sure that you're not like, oh, it's Saturday, I forgot I didn't use my firm. And then after 3 weeks, you're like, well, why do I still have cellulite? You need to make sure you're using it correctly. 1 bottle for $80, the combo for $120, or the firm for $80. I don't know how much coffee is because I'm not a coffee drinker, but I heard. I live in Seattle. Let's just say that Starbucks, we call it $5 or $6 now, maybe. It's expensive to drink coffee, so if you're putting as much money into that, your little daily routine with that, then you can put less in and save your skin. Get rid of your wrinkles. Get rid of your fine lines and wrinkles. Save a friend. Throw it to the ugly person next to you, or whatever. Okay, and then we also have EHT. How many of you guys are on EHT? Well, I don't even need to say anything about it. No. Actually, I'm going to have Anne come out and share with us a little bit about EHT, but what I want to say about it is that it's our first anti-aging product for the brain. And this is so important because your brain, the quality of your brain dictates the quality of your life. Would you agree? Yeah. It's really hard. I mean, you could have no wrinkles and have a jacked up brain, and you won't even care about your wrinkles anymore, right? So your brain is something that you definitely want to focus on. And I heard Jeff also say this one time, and I so believe it, that if you are not emotionally invested in EHT, it's because you haven't done your research. Everybody that you love should be on EHT. I don't care how old they are or what state their brain is in. for people who have damaged brains, dementia, have had concussions or any kind of brain trauma, just normal aging brain, like where's my car keys, what's my name type of thing. Kids that have ADD, ADHD, or anything, people who can't sleep, people, I mean, we love people that are working out all the time, that need help with muscle recovery, all of that. Everybody should be taking the EHT. And in a nutshell, what it does is your brain has neuronal connections like this. This is a little skip for you. Your brain has neuronal connections like this, and this is how information moves from cell to cell, right? A normal, healthy brain, their connections are solid. They're tight, right? They got lots of protein called tau holding them together. Through trauma, age, dementia, any kind of dysfunction of the brain, these pathways can disconnect, skew, atrophy, or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's a skip in the road and the information doesn't get where it needs to go. You guys following me? And what EHT does is it helps to preserve these pathways. If they're already solid, it helps keep them that way longer. And if they're all jacked up, it helps put them back together. Think about what a huge deal that is for somebody that suffers with any of those things. Princeton University for years. We are the global distributor. We have global rights to it. You will never find EHT in another supplement. You'll never find EHT from another company. The only place that you'll ever find EHT, which by the way is an enzyme found in coffee, and along with some other things that they put into it, the only place you can get it is from a Nerium brand partner. And by the way, they just announced yesterday that it's going to be in Korea now. Yeah, will you come up and share your EHT testimonial with us?
Well, my name's Ann Lane, and most of you know me. Yep. Okay, up there. Is that better? I am a registered nurse at K-Med, and I went to the conference where the scientists Maxwell Stock and Jeffrey Stock talked about the EHT, and I think I was the only one, like in the whole middle section, that was like jumping up and down and screaming and hollering, and everyone was looking at me, what's wrong with her? But I understood the importance of this brain supplement. And the fact that it was patented, came from Princeton, I mean, that is like world-renowned for neurological research. That alone made me just, I mean, I don't think we have any idea what this is going to do for us and for our families. But for me, and I mean, one of the things I want to share real quick is my husband is no longer grouchy. Okay, we've been married 40 years. I mean, that alone was great. But for me, I don't ever have that afternoon, 3 o'clock, oh my God, where's a coffee? I need sugar, I need chocolate, I need something. I just work through the day, I'm like, oh, it's time to go home. So EHT, everyone you know should be on it. We have no idea what it's going to do for us.
So, trying to process the fact that you said you've been married for 40 years. Did you get married when you were 7? Okay. So EHT, okay, we're done with it, right? $55. What a small price to pay to feel good, to help somebody else feel good. And if that's too much, then get some other, share it with some friends and get it for free. Anyway, it's like I've done this before. Okay, so you become a customer, you get 3 friends to become a customer, and you get your product for free. It doesn't matter what product you want, what product your friends want. You share it with people, you open your mouth, then you're going to get it for free. Don't you do that anyway? Right? You go to a good restaurant, what's the first thing you do? You like tell a few friends, oh my gosh, go check out that risotto at that new place. You see a good movie, you're like, Zac Efron takes his shirt off, you might want to pay the $8, babe, right? You go and you share it with your friends. You got a good hairstylist, you're like, go see my friend Michelle, she does a great cut and color. Right? So why wouldn't you, if you're using something that makes you feel good or makes you look good, why wouldn't you naturally say, oh my gosh, you gotta check this stuff out? You do. And as a customer or as a brand partner, when you share it with 3 people, then Nerium's going to give you yours for free as a thank you for spreading the word, for sharing the good news. Pretty cool, right?
Yes.
All right. So one of my favorite things about coming is that I get to hang out with little Laurie. And I'm just going to share briefly that we go way back. How many years?
I don't even know. I'm afraid to know.
Probably like 13 years or so. And she's one of my favorite people on this whole planet. I always tell her that she's part of my squad, even though she lives in Kansas. And so whenever I come here, I get to hang out with her and her family. I love her husband and her kids. And I just started following her kids on Instagram, so like now it's legit. But you're really friends when you're following each other on Instagram, right? Right. And so I'm really excited that she has agreed to help with the market party. I know some of you guys get to see her every week, but I don't. So I'm really excited to watch her present the next part of our presentation about the lifestyle. So please help me welcome.
Okay. Actually, this is a treat for them because usually I do the front side. So you'll get to see me do the back side of the presentation. But I'm super excited. Of course, when Sarah comes to town, it's like a big thing. I think my kids should almost start calling her Auntie Sarah. But yeah, following her on Instagram, it's like her following my kids on Instagram, it's like I have another watchful eye on them, like, yeah, let me know if something's up. We both have daughters that are getting ready to leave and go away for college and all that, and boys that are about the same age too, so going through that whole fun puberty thing. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited to talk about the business with you guys because a lot of times I don't share this part. But just to share a little bit about my story, and I did not look at the time, so make sure somebody's poking me if we go over. But I was obviously introduced to Nerium by Sarah. She just kind of sent me a quick text and said, "Have you heard about Nerium yet?" I'm like, "What's Nerium? I have no idea." And she just said, "If I sent a bottle to you, would you be one of my guinea pigs and try the product and give me your feedback? I know you know skincare because we're in another skincare company." At that time in my life, I was completely out of direct sales. Okay, so after the company we were previously with failed, I did transition to that other company too, but more so just to transition my customers because the products were similar, but I had zero intention on working the business. Okay, so I had actually taken on a different route. I started a home cleaning business. I really only wanted to work between 9 and 12 while my kids were in school. So when she introduced Nerium to me, I was like, "Girl, no, I'm not doing parties. I'm not trucking all my crap into somebody's house and trucking all my crap out and all that." It's like, I'm past that. I have 3 kids. We're busy in activities every single night, and I just want to be at their practices with them and be a mom. And so she was like, "That's cool. Just try the product." Anyway, I ended up liking the product, first of all, and then I was a watcher. I was watching her on Facebook. And the day she earned her Lexus, I was like, holy crap. I would look good in a Lexus. I knew she would look good in a Lexus, but I was like, damn, I'll look good in a Lexus. But what Sarah didn't know at the time is she had sent me a business video, and I really didn't pay attention to it or even open it. And she knows that, of course. But what she didn't know is that we were in a position with our family where my little one was getting ready to be in school all day. And so it was time for me, our family plan, for me to go get a big girl job, go back out and get a real 9-to-5er again. And I did not want to do that. I had been home now for about 11 years with my kids, and I really liked being at home with my kids. So when I look at pictures like this, definitely the Lexus fired me up. We were shopping for a car and realizing that I couldn't afford an $800 a month car payment. I couldn't. And we needed a bigger car for my family because we have 3 kids. And I was like, if I could just get the free car. If I could just get the free car and maybe $500 a month to pay for baseball and dance lessons and whatever else the little one wants, that would be good. That would be my goal. But when I look at all of these, the things for me that really stood out were that top picture, the family thing. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be with my kids. I did not want to miss a game. I didn't want to miss any of that stuff. So it makes me a little emotional about it, which is okay. But that was my big thing. Even though the car was the trigger, I was like, she earned a car, I can earn a car. But the trips are fabulous and all these things. So what I'm trying to say is anything in this picture that is resonating with you, maybe it's like, great, I'd love to get out of debt, or hey, maybe I want to be at home with my kids. Hey, I'd look good driving a free Lexus, or all expense paid trips to a tropical destination are amazing. Those are really, really nice. So we'll kind of get into this a little bit about what our culture is, what we're all about. The Nerium Ripple Foundation. What I love the most about Nerium is the people and how generous they are and how giving back we are. Okay, one of our biggest foundations that we support is Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I know that we've given over $2 million between 2012 and 2014 to support Big Brothers Big Sisters. And then in Mexico, in our other countries that don't have Big Brothers Big Sisters, it is World Vision, and we're just getting started with them. So I'm excited to see where we take it with them for around the world. But that's huge. I know in this market, we are really big on Big Brothers Big Sisters. We've done some auctions, we do bowling, we do all kinds of stuff, and we have a lot of bigs in the room as well, so that not only give money, but also their time, which I think is even more valuable. Jeff Olson is our CEO. I love that his nickname is the Millionaire Maker, which is a lot different than just the millionaire, okay? So he's amazing. And if you're in the room as a guest, I think one of the things that you should definitely do when you walk out of here is Google him, okay? Make sure you do O-N on the end, not E-N. That guy is in jail, okay? I had somebody message me and be like, oh, your CEO is in jail. I'm like, I don't think so. She messaged this thing. I'm like, you're spelling it wrong. So anyway, so Jeff Olson, he's amazing. He's the author of The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge is a great book. Even whether you have any interest in Nerium or not, it is just a really valuable tool. It's a philosophy, a life philosophy. About just living that slight edge lifestyle, taking it step by step, okay? Nothing like quantum leap, okay? So, excellent book for you to read. And then the Live Happy. Live Happy is a magazine that Jeff Olson started, and it is just all has great content about just everything positive. There's so much negativity out there in the world that we are just, it's all about positive stuff. It gives you great ideas and stuff like that. So these are kind of like intentional filters that Jeff Olson puts around the company to attract the good people in and keep the bad people out. Because if you don't want to help people, okay, you might not be attracted to Nerium. If you don't want to live a happy lifestyle, you're probably not going to be attracted to Nerium. Because if you like walking into areas where everybody's grouchy and not happy, Nerium place is not for you, okay? Everybody's like, are they drinking the Kool-Aid? Yeah, they're drinking the Kool-Aid. For sure. All right, so why relationship marketing? So again, kind of like Sarah, I would go to like a jewelry party or a purse party and that kind of stuff when I had a real job. This was before kids, and I honestly always thought that the only reason that person is in front of the room doing what she is doing is because she can't get a real job, okay? But life changed for me. I had kids, and I was like, a real job meant being somewhere 9 to 5, and I'm not bagging a real job because I know some people really love their real job and they value and actually do something with it, and that's incredible and awesome, and we need people to have real jobs. But for me, when my life changed with my kids and having no family around, it was all about me being with them. So what I loved about relationship marketing was that I got to control my own schedule. And as some of you are probably experiencing right now, word of mouth speaking for me is not a problem. I love talking to people. I love making new friends. I think that's one of the best things about Nerium is that I've made so many more friends in Nerium, but I've also gotten to make a lot more friends outside of Nerium too, just because of it, because it makes you talk to people. I mean, we ran through Starbucks this morning, and the lady was like, "Where are you girls going all dressed up?" I don't think she recognizes me. I go there every day. But I honestly, the thing about staying at home, I have my hair in a ponytail, headband on, workout clothes on, whether I work out or not. But yeah, she didn't recognize me, but I was like, hey, we're off to a Nerium event. Have you heard of it? She's like, no, what's Nerium? I'm like, here. So I gave her one of my little index cards with before and after pictures. I said, stick that in your pocket. Check it out after work today. I'll be here on Monday. So anyway, but word of mouth is fun. It's easy to do. Significant earning potential. That's what I love too. I want to make more money. I work a little bit harder, right? I don't want to make as much money. I kick back for 2 weeks. Who does that? But anyway, so earning potential, significant. There's no glass ceiling or anything like that. No boss, no employees. I love what Bill says, no boss holes. That cracks me up. But seriously, I mean, and some of you might be in the room where you're in a boss and employee situation. You maybe work together or something like that. But really, I mean, do you love your boss? Do you not love your boss? I'm thinking not. I didn't love my boss. I know that. No employees, that's huge too. I know for my husband, that's a big thing because like just managing employees is difficult. Creating leverage, okay? That's a huge thing too. I can put in my, 2 to 3 hours of Nerium a day, but if I have a really strong core team on my Nerium team putting in maybe their 2 to 3 hours a day too, that's full-time Nerium work happening on my behalf, right? And it's happening for them too, so that's incredible. And then the tax benefits, and we all kind of know what's going on there right now. It's tax season. We're talking to our accountants, but lots of things that you can write off, your cell phone, your mileage, food, all kinds of things. So, and if you're unaware of that, you talk to your accountant and get the list of things, or talk with your upline and they can help you with that. So getting started with Nerium is really easy. What I love is the starter pack is only $500 to get started. That's what it was when I started. That's how I came in. But what I love is that, when I got started as well, it was only one product. So we got 5 bottles of the night cream, and now there's a huge variation of our products in there. You get 4 bottles of the night, 1 day, 1 firm, and 2 boxes of VHT. So it's an $805 retail value. So if you're questioning, if you're curious about coming into the business, you can basically sell off your kit and still make a $305 profit, okay? So whether this works for you or not, you still can come out ahead no matter what. There's really virtually no risk in it. The only risk I say I'm coming on board with Nerium is the risk you take on yourself. Are you going to do it, okay? So that's pretty significant. Lots of stuff that comes with it. Your back office, your website is all up and ready for you. That's significant too. I like to use this as an example. My husband started an insurance company about 10 years back, and he had to take a loan out of the bank, right? So we got a $50,000 loan to start his own insurance agency. $30,000 of the $50,000 had to go just to the software for him to write one piece of business. Okay, so without making any money or having any clients yet. Okay, so when you can start a business for $500 and basically be profitable in your first few weeks, that's huge. So you get started with the starter pack for $500, and then you kind of pick your pace. Okay, so you're going to in the beginning take a little inventory, like how many friends do I have? Do I have more than 4 friends? Yeah, you probably have more than 4 friends. So you probably want to add on a bigger pack there. So you're going to want more inventory, and the reason being is that this is only a one-time investment. You'll never have to pay for inventory again. Okay? You just want to decide how many people do I want to get bottles into their hands. And honestly, whether you come in at any of these levels, you're going to make your money back the same amount of time. Okay? Because the more bottles you have out, the more people you have sampling, the more potential customers, the more potential brand partners you would have joining your team. Okay? So Nerium gives back. So I kind of talked a little bit about free inventory, and we were talking about this last night, just sitting at my counter. There's no company does this. Okay? In our previous company, every few months we had to reinvest another $300 at a minimum to $1,000 to get new catalogs and the new products and new samples to do at our shows and all of that kind of stuff. And in Nerium, I was in Florida for 8 days. I came back and there were boxes on my front porch, and I opened up 8 new boxes of Nerium AD night cream, and I'm like, holy crap, I got 8 bottles, I gotta get them out to people. That's what I was concerned about. I was like, I don't like having bottles at my house, all right? That means my little employees are sitting at home not working. So inventory, free inventory is huge. And how we get that, because a lot of people ask, is every time we acquire a new customer, Nerium sends us a free bottle of Nerium AD night cream. Every time we get a new brand partner, Nerium sends us. So basically what they're saying is, hey, thank you, Laurie, for getting a new customer. Go out and grow your business some more. Okay? On a customer perspective, we have customers that want to get their products for free. I love calling my new preferred customers back and saying, hey, Susie, listen, Nerium thanked me by sending me a free bottle of Nerium AD night cream because you came on board as a customer. I can sample about 5 or 6 people with a bottle. Who of your friends can we sample, and I can help you get your products for free? Okay? So that's a great way to do it. That's a great way to use because you're not just in your market. I feel like the sooner you get outside of your little bubble of people and start getting into your people's people, the better off you'll be. So that free bottle, when it comes in, know why you got that free bottle. You got that free bottle because of Susie. So Susie deserves a phone call knowing, hey, I'm going to help you get this product, your product, for free because I just got a free bottle. Okay? So the roadmap to Lexus, all right, this is where we live. Okay? When we have new brand partners come on board, we basically take them through the roadmap to Lexus. The good thing is it can take them 90 days to do it, or it can take them 3 years to do it. There's no time stipulation on it, okay? So when you come into Nerium, you can know you can be driving a free car. No doubt. I have no doubt about it. Put a little bit of work into it, follow the system, and you can definitely be driving the free Lexus. So this is how we do it. The roadmap to Lexus, there's you. Okay, so you came on with a $500 kit, and then you have 3 friends that see the vision. They understand where this company is going, they like the products, they want to get them out to their friends and family, so they each come on at a $500 starter kit too. If you can do that in your first 30 days, there's an extra $100 cash bonus in there for you. Basically, if that happens, we follow a 3-and-3 system, and this is how Sarah brought me on too. She was like, Laurie, first order of business is 3 customers, 3 brand partners. I'm like, okay, 3 and 3. I got it. 3 friends that want to look good, 3 friends that want a better bank account. That's it, right? So that's what I worked on, the 3 and 3. When you do that, you end up with 6 free bottles in inventory coming into you, and about $816 in profit in commissions, and you're on your way. The next step in that is do the same thing with your 3 people that came on, help them do their 3 and 3. And you're at an iPad level, which is about $4,500 in volume in a 1-month period. You've earned a $2,700 commission, and you're still only at 6 free bottles. It's probably more, but remember, you only got 3 customers and 3 brand partners, and then you duplicated that and helped your people do it, okay? In the interim, you're probably still bringing on customers and brand partners yourself because you're doing those activities, but you want to be helping your people do the same thing. When you help 3 people get to iPad level on your team, you're at Lexus, okay, which is about a 12,500 monthly volume, okay, and you're still at your 6 free bottles, but of course they're probably more, and your commissions are probably 6,700, right around there. But that's what we do. We help people, okay? So it's not just all about, it's different in this company because I've been with 2 other companies, so I kind of know how it worked. It was like, it was just you and recruiting people, and you had your recruits all across, right? And you got paid a little teeny tiny bit on them. In Nerium, it's all about helping people. You don't get ahead unless your people are getting ahead. Okay, so it's a really reciprocal, and that's what I love about it. So this just kind of shows you some of the incentives. In some of these pictures. I have no idea where. I think I had a few cocktails before that one was taken for sure. But these are amazing. I've been on 2 trips. Hopefully I'll be going on the Cancun trip. We're just talking about that too this summer. My daughter joined Nerium in December. She hit iPad level. She hit director in January, and so hopefully she's probably going to be my guest. I'll introduce her to all the Nerium people. Who wouldn't want to put their daughter in that environment, right? It's amazing. So, building residual income. This is excellent. So right here, there's you're working, you're earning commissions on your customers' orders. And then you're helping people do the same thing. So there's you and your 3 business partners, your 3 brand partners. They're building customers, you're building customers, and you're earning income from them because you're teaching them, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you earning an income off of somebody you taught how to do something, right? Okay, so that's here. And then here is building a larger team with a larger customer base, with a larger customer pool. And then you're earning commissions on all of that. So this is where the leverage comes in, right? So you're putting in your couple hours a day, and then you have a few people on your team that are putting in a couple hours a day, and then you have a large pool of people that are putting in a couple hours a day. And you're all getting to live that lifestyle that you want to lead, whether it be, luxury trips, luxury cars, more time with your family, financial freedom, debt-free, any of those kinds of things. Now, Live Better bonuses, these were attractive to me because I was in the corporate world, I was in sales. So there were always incentives for us, and there were trips and stuff like that in the corporate world, and there were always bonuses too. If you reached certain increase, like if you reached your sales between 1% and 5% increase, you got this bonus, and 5 to 10% you got this bonus. So these were always out there. But I'll tell you this, even in the real world, companies will put those out there and they are not attainable. Okay? Other relationship marketing companies will put them out there. They look great on a slide, don't they? And they're not attainable. In Nerium, all of these are attainable. How do we know? Someone's scrolling. was huge to me because those carrots had always been thrown out to me, even out in the real world, all right? Those were thrown out to me, but they were never attainable. They made them crazy, hard to get. So I asked John Rigsby to come up and just kind of share his perspective on the business and some good news.
Okay, good news, bad news. Good news, I get to talk about the business. Bad news, I only got 2 minutes. So anyway, back in 2009, I retired after being on the road, leaving Tuesday morning, get home Friday night for 14 years. Self-employed since 1979, so I get all of that. Residual income is the reason I'm in this company. After about 4 years of being retired, I couldn't wait to retire. Couldn't wait to, work in my wood shop, figure out how to lose money in the stock market. All those things, right? Well, after 4 years of doing both, I got really bored. I ran out of money too, but I needed to do something else. And Mary had been using the product. After 48 years of marriage, she just suggested I look at the company. So I did, and I was not interested in the product. To me, it's a widget. Okay, after a few days of looking at Jeff Olson and what he created, I fell in love with this thing. But it was just a widget. Now I didn't know it was the best damn widget on the planet, but it was a widget. And so for me, it is all about the company, about the business side of it, and the residual side. The residual income is huge. Not only are we creating an income that we can't outlive, which you'll start thinking about when you get to my age, we'll be able to will that to our children. And that is just really, really huge. It is said now by people like Time Magazine, Prudential Life Insurance, that the first people that are going to live to be 150 to 200 years old are already alive. Now, not to say that they're not going to be nearing that 150, but they're certainly going to run out of money. And so that's what the residual income to me is all about, is never running out of money. So that's
So just kind of comparing some first-year revenue with some companies that I think you guys are familiar with, Google, eBay, Amazon. If you add up those three companies in their first year, they still only reach less than 1 million. And we did 100 million in our first year with one bottle of tea. I think some of us that have been in Nerium for a while, we grow numb to that we did 100 million in our first year, because it's what we did. But if you start looking at other successful companies out there and see what they did in their first year, and then compare what we did, and imagine where we're going in the next 5, 10, 20 years, it's mind-blowing when you think about it and you really put the numbers on paper. So this just kind of does a little recap of what we've done as a company. So 2012 was our first full year. We did the 100 million. We were one product in one country. And the DSN Global 100, we were at number 86. And what the DSN is, basically an industry watchdog, okay? It's the direct selling news. They kind of know what's going on in the industry. They know what's going on in direct sales, and they basically rate all the companies. And typically, to get in the top 100, on average, a company is usually about 12 and a half years old by the time it makes it onto the top 100. And we were able to break into the top 100 in our first full year. In our second year, we launched the day cream the latter part of that year in September. We also did 219 million our second year, so we doubled our business. And we raised ourselves from 86 to number 54 on the DSN Top 100. 2014, we started going into some global markets and started going international. We opened up parts of Canada and Mexico. We again doubled our revenue to 405 million in our third year. We again went from number 54 up to number 40. And we launched the body contouring cream and the Optimira formula, which is our global international formula for the Nerium products. What's neat to know about this is that when we launched the body firming cream, the Nerium Contour Body Firm. That product sold out twice. So once in like, I think it's 24 hours, it sold out. So everybody was sitting there at the conference just ordering it on their phones if you could get service. I couldn't get service, so I was like texting my husband like, here's how you log on to my website. Here's how you order. Not even kidding. 2015 just finished, so we launched our EHT supplement, which is huge. I really am so passionate about EHT because I know what it's done for my family, and so excited that now it's in Korea and we're taking that globally. And then we opened in South Korea. We became a member of the Direct Selling Association, again, another industry watchdog. So when people Google us or look for information on our company, that's actually like a stamp of approval. And then also in 2015, this is huge. I know I ran out to Barnes & Noble right away, got myself about half a dozen copies of this, and just started sharing it with people, business-minded people that would get it, okay? When I was in college, I actually had to have a subscription to Wall Street Journal. I was a business major. I had to have a subscription to Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and Inc. 500. So when Nerium made it onto the Inc. 500 list, to me, that was huge because that was validation from the time I was 18 to 22. I went to college for business. That was something I read all the time, so that was big for me. We reached $1 billion in our cumulative sales in the year 2015, and I think it was like blown up all over Facebook when that happened, so that's significant too. So basically, if you're here as a guest today, I wholeheartedly say if there's anything you do at all, definitely get on the product. Start trying the product, see what it does for you, take your before and after pictures, get on EHT, okay, and just start taking that, like, taking those before and after pictures and just kind of taking mental notes of how you feel, all right? 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. You can hand us back an empty bottle and get your money back, so there's nothing wrong with that. If you see the vision of the company, you see what's happened, you see how we've doubled our business every year, you see where this is going, you liked something in those 4 pictures, whether it be vacations, a free car, debt-free, be more time with your family, get started in the business. Again, nothing to lose. Starter pack is $500, okay? That's the base level to get started, and then kind of go from there. I know in my head I was like, and this isn't really necessarily the right thing to do now that I know this, but in my head I was like, I'm giving this 90 days. I sucked the first 90 days. I'm not kidding. I had a meltdown in the car, and I called Sarah, and I was like, I just don't think this is working for me. And she talked me off the ledge, and I went to a training, very similar to this. I hadn't gone to a training. Big mistake. Big mistake. Went to a training. I saw the vision. I learned some tools. I got out there. 90 days later, I had my Lexus. So, if you guys are interested, we have a little bit of time, I think, before we get started with our brand partner training. If you're a brand partner, we'd love for you to stick around for the next, 20 hours or so. And we're going to do some training, but we're also here to answer any of your questions. Thanks.